Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Gmmtv has finally announced the 2020 for Part 2 series lineup, and it is quite an interesting lineup. Of course, we all had ships that we were expecting, and I think I'm happy with every couple in this lineup. So in this video, I'll be sharing the synopsis and my thoughts on these new BL series. Without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the video. Number 1. Asen's Love Thailand. I'm happy we finally have a trailer for this series, as I was curious to see how well earthmix would do in this series. This is something very different from them, and I like diversity. Although cringy in some parts, I thought the trailer was really funny. Gmmtv has made it a mission to produce Japanese BL series remakes, and it is very exciting. Asen's Love tells the story of Hang, who has been very unsuccessful in his attempts to get a girlfriend. One day, he discovers that his boss is in love with him. Shocked by this, he confides in his co-worker and roommate Mo and asks for his advice. Only for Mo to also confess his feelings for Hang. And this would lead to the boss and his employee to start fighting over Hang. Suddenly, Hang, who has always been single, now finds himself in a love triangle and doesn't know what to do. I really like the original Japanese version, so I hope this will not disappoint. Number 2. The Heart Killers. I am happy to see First and Kao have a new series, but the only exciting part for me in the trailer was seeing Jing and Dunk finally getting a different genre from what we're used to getting from them. The trailer looked good, and I think the genre really suits them, so I hope the series itself will be as impressive. The series tells the story of Kan, who goes undercover to investigate the suspicious murders of politicians and businessmen. He tails two assassin brothers, Bison and Fatal, who happen to be the suspects. But things would take a turn when Kan falls in love with one of the brothers, Bison. Knowing how Bison's brother would never accept them being together, Kan's only way out is to find a love partner for Fatal, to help with keeping Fatal distracted. Action BL series are very rare, so I'm looking forward to this series. Number 3. Tame Po, Heart That Skips a Beat. I'm always happy to see new pairings, so this is a series I'm very excited for. William and S look good together and seem to have good chemistry, so I'm hoping the series will be good. Since this will be William's very first series, I'm curious to see how well he performs. And I'm also happy to see S finally getting a main lead role, and I hope the series will be a success. The series follows the story of Po, a young man who has been struggling to obtain a job. This is until he gets hired to film a documentary for Mars, a boy band that is having their very last concert. Tame, the group's leader, is preparing for his debut in South Korea, leading to the disbandment of Mars. Po would develop a strong bond with Tame, and Tame confides in Po about his reluctance to debut in Korea. The more time they spend together, their feelings for one another take a different turn. This looks interesting to me, and I like the storyline. I'm also happy to see Licken having a series, so I'm looking forward to seeing each one of their characters. Number 4. Revamp, The Undead Story. I really like the name of the series, and I've been looking forward to it since 2023. It seems that Boss will no longer be in the series, as it will only include Gmmtv actors. I just hope this will be a good and interesting series to watch. The series tells the story of Pun, a young man who is hired to repair artwork in a gallery. During his time at the art gallery, he mistakenly awakens the last descendant of the vampire lineage. And this would change his life completely. In a world where vampires are hunted down by humans, vampires have no trust in humans. But what happens when the one they look up to falls in love with a human? Number 5. Perfect 10-liners. Perth Chimo, Forcebook and Junior Mark are back with new series in 2024. I was not expecting a Junior and Mark series, but I'm looking forward to it. Whilst watching the trailer, I thought this would be another series just like We Are and Only Friends, but I was wrong. So I'll try to explain it in the best way I can. Perfect 10-liners will consist of 30 episodes. This may be sounding like a lot and probably insane, but it will be divided into 3 separate series of 10 episodes, focusing on the story of each couple. However, the characters from each respective series will still have scenes in all the series, as all of the 3 stories are still connected. The concept sounds very interesting, and I can only hope that they're able to execute it very well. So we have 3 series with completely different storylines. And my understanding is that all 3 will focus on 3 different engineering fields. So first up, we have Force and Book with neuroengineering and the enemies to lovers plot. Their series tells the story of Arm, a junior engineering student, who becomes an admin of a social media page for cute engineer boys at his faculty. He posts a picture of Ark, a third-year senior that every junior is forbidden to post. Arm, not knowing about this, did not expect the consequences that would come from his actions. He immediately makes an enemy. I can't say I'm excited for this, but it's something that I will definitely be watching. The second one is Perth and Chimo with civil engineering. Their story takes place 1 year after Arm and Ark's story. The series will focus on the story of Yoda and Gun, first-year university students. Yoda and Gun would become roommates. And Gun would find Yoda to be very mysterious, as he always vanishes every night, and Gun never knows his whereabouts, making him to become very curious. The roommates are not very close at the beginning, but with time they get closer and Yoda, without realizing, falls for Gun. I have mixed feelings about this one. It's something I will have to actually watch before I can decide if I like it or not. And lastly, we have Mark and Junior with electrical engineering. Given the order of the first 2 series, I assume this is also 1 year after Yoda and Gun's story. This series tells the story of Y, another first-year university student. Y meets Fifa, a senior at his faculty and also his mentor's brother. The two become close, and as they spend more time together, Y discloses to Fifa that he has a crush on someone, but he is nervous as he has never hit on anyone before. Fifa suggests that Y tries to hit on him first, to help him plan how to approach his crush. What started as 2 friends helping each other, slowly turns into real feelings between the two. Whilst watching this, I could not help but think of Hidden Agenda. Although they're not entirely similar, I feel like the story is very predictable and I can already tell that I won't really enjoy it. Number 6. The X Morning. Since Singdo and Christ have not worked together in years, I did not expect them to have another BL series as a couple. But since Singdo came back, this was something I could already see happening. I was a fan of Singdo and Christ when they had their series Sodus in 2016. And this new series seems like it would be very interesting to watch. Watching them now when they're older feels very special, and this is something I'm very excited for. The X Morning tells the story of Patapi, a well-known reporter. His career is ruined when people see a live broadcast of him mistreating one of his colleagues. This would end up ruining his reputation. However, his company would come up with a solution to rebuild his reputation, with the help of the company's new producer. But when Patapi meets the new producer, he is unpleased because it turns out the person is his ex-boyfriend. The plot is refreshing, and it seems promising, so I hope it won't disappoint. Number 7. Sweet Tooth, Good Dentist. After watching last Twilight and seeing how close Mark and Ohm became, most fans were shipping them together. As much as I like seeing their interactions, I was not expecting a BL series from them. But I was so excited to see them get their own series. I really like Mark Paquin and would love to see him get more main roles in BL series. This series tells the story of Sun, a university student whom one day after he hurts his teeth, he would go to the Faculty of Dentistry to receive treatment from the university's dental students. There he would receive help from a dental student named Jay. After their first encounter, Jay would go beyond what is expected of him, just to take care of his patient, leaving the question of his true motives. Is he just doing his job or is he in love? After watching the trailer, I have to say I wasn't impressed, and I think this is my least favorite from the lineup. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. and I'll see you in the next one.